Beneath the calm, dark waters of the Black Sea, time stands still. Few places on Earth preserve the past as perfectly as this vast inland sea, whose depths guard the remains of ancient ships, cities, and civilizations long forgotten. Now modern technology has uncovered yet another remarkable chapter of that story, the discovery of a shipwreck resting 100 feet beneath the surface, an astonishing find that sheds new light on the people who once sailed these waters more than 2 millennia ago. The discovery began not with a diver, but with a sonar signal. A team of marine archaeologists, mapping the seafloor off the coast of Bulgaria, was conducting a routine survey, part of a long-term international effort to explore the hidden world beneath the Black Sea. Their instruments, scanning the ocean floor in wide arcs, suddenly detected an anomaly, a long, narrow shape lying flat on the sediment, measuring about 50 feet in length. At first, it appeared to be little more than a ridge, a trick of shadow and silt. But as the sonar image resolved, it became unmistakable, the outline of a ship, intact from bow to stern. In any other sea, such a wooden vessel would have long since vanished, devoured by worms, currents, and the relentless corrosion of time. It is a place where oxygen fades away beneath the surface, creating what scientists call an anoxic layer, a zone where almost nothing can live, and where decay slows to a crawl. Because of this, wood, textiles, even human remains can survive here for thousands of years, protected by nature's own preservation chamber. Visibility was poor, the water cold and dense, yet anticipation ran high. As the divers' lights cut through the gloom, the form of the ship came into view. Its timbers still aligned, its hull upright, its bow rising gently from the seafloor. The divers moved slowly, careful not to disturb the fragile structure. When they reached the deck, they saw something extraordinary. The ship's planks were intact, the joints and pegs still holding firm after more than 2,000 years. Even parts of the steering oar and rudder were visible, coated in silt, but unmistakable in form. Video footage taken from remotely operated vehicles later confirmed what the divers had seen. This was an ancient trading vessel, likely dating back to the classical Greek period, perhaps between the 5th and 4th centuries before Christ. At that time, Greek colonies lined the coast of the Black Sea, serving as vital outposts for trade between Greece, Thrace, Scythia, and the far reaches of the Eurasian steppe. Ships such as this one carried goods, olive oil, wine, grain. They were small by modern standards, yet they connected entire civilizations. Using high-resolution photogrammetry, the team created a complete three-dimensional digital model of the wreck. Every plank, every curve of the hull, every amphora fragment scattered on the deck was recorded in exact detail. From this model, experts could reconstruct not only the ship AS design. The vessel appeared to be constructed using a technique known as mortise and tenon joinery, a hallmark of ancient Greek shipbuilding. In this method, the planks of the hull were joined edge to edge using small wooden tenons fitted into slots, then secured with pegs, an approach that gave the ship remarkable strength and flexibility. Such craftsmanship suggests that the builders were highly skilled, perhaps working in one of the major shipyards of the Aegean world. The wood, identified as oak, had endured through centuries of immersion thanks to the Black Sea's low oxygen waters. Carbon dating of the wood samples confirmed an age of around 400 to 500 BC, contemporaneous with the height of Athens' maritime empire, when philosophers like Socrates and Herodotus walked the earth, and when the Greek world reached the peak of its cultural and commercial power. This small merchant vessel, now lying silent beneath the sea, would once have been part of that great network of trade and exploration, a humble but vital link in a chain of human progress stretching across continents. No human remains were found aboard, but near the stern, archaeologists noted several intriguing objects: fragments of pottery, small bronze fittings, and what appeared to be the remnants of cargo jars, amphorae, once filled with wine or oil. These finds suggest that the ship was transporting everyday goods when disaster struck. The Black Sea is known for its fierce weather, where powerful squalls can rise within minutes. A fully laden ship, its sails torn and its crew unable to navigate, could easily have capsized and sunk before reaching safety. What happened afterward is almost poetic. That layer, just a few centimeters thick, sealed it from decay. For centuries it lay undisturbed, while empires rose and fell, while coastlines shifted, while the very names of the sailors faded from memory. Only now, more than 2 millennia later, has light touched its timbers once again. To scientists, the importance of such a discovery cannot be overstated. Unlike broken fragments retrieved from land sites, this wreck provides a complete picture of how ancient ships were built and operated. Its hull reveals the engineering knowledge of its time, the balance between weight and strength, the curvature designed to withstand waves and wind. Every component, from the placement of oarlocks to the spacing of planks, offers data that textbooks alone could never supply. Even the cargo, or what remains of it, speaks volumes. The shapes of the amphorae hint at regional trade connections. Others are similar to storage jars found in Sinope, further east along the coast. Each fragment tells us something about the routes of commerce that once crisscrossed the Black Sea, routes that linked southern Europe with the ancient lands of Scythia and beyond. Equally fascinating is what this find reveals about the sea itself. Beneath its surface lies a natural boundary between oxygenated and anoxic layers, a line that traps organic matter in a state of near-permanent preservation. Researchers studying this environment gain not only historical insight, but also clues about climate change, sea level shifts, and the evolution of marine ecosystems over time. In recent years, the Black Sea Maritime Archaeology Project, a collaboration between scientists from Britain, Bulgaria, the United States and other nations, has documented dozens of wrecks like this one. Some date back to the Byzantine and Ottoman periods. Others, like this vessel, reach deep into antiquity. Together they form a continuous record of human presence and activity, stretching across 3,000 years. For the archaeologists involved, each dive is both a scientific mission and a profound encounter with history. As one of the lead researchers described it, when you hover beside a ship that last sailed in the time of Plato, and you are sharing the same water, breathing the same silence as those who once lived. The discovery also helps refine our understanding of ancient navigation. Until recently, historians assumed that early Greek mariners rarely ventured far from shore, preferring short coastal routes where they could anchor during storms. But evidence from deep water wrecks like this suggests otherwise. These sailors were skilled navigators, capable of crossing open seas, using stars, wind, and wave patterns to guide them. Their journeys laid the groundwork for the later maritime empires that would shape world history. Back on the surface, the digital reconstruction of the ship now allows experts and the public alike to explore the site virtually. Using interactive models, anyone can examine the hull's contours, the rigging structure, and even the sediment layers that surround it. In museums and classrooms, these reconstructions serve as powerful tools, bridging the gap between distant history and modern understanding. But beyond its academic value, the find carries a quiet human resonance. Every plank of that vessel was once touched by a craftsman's hand. Every amphora was loaded by a worker. Every rope coiled by a sailor with hopes and fears, much like our own. They are gone, yet their world endures, preserved not in books or monuments, but in the cold silence beneath the sea. The Black Sea continues to yield such treasures because it is, quite literally, a museum of the deep. In its lower reaches, where oxygen disappears entirely, wrecks thousands of years old remain in astonishing condition. In a few cases, chariot wheels, textiles, and carved decorations have survived, defying all expectations of time and decay. Autonomous underwater drones, capable of scanning vast stretches of seabed with precision, are revealing entire fleets frozen in time. Each discovery adds another verse to the long, unbroken song of human exploration, a reminder that history does not end at the water's edge. The ship resting 100 feet beneath the Black Sea is more than an archaeological artifact. It is a messenger from an age when the known world was small and the sea was both a path and a peril. Its preservation allows us to look directly into the life of a civilization that shaped our own, to see, quite literally, how the ancient world floated upon the waters of trade, ambition, and discovery. In studying such wrecks, we not only learn about shipbuilding or commerce, we glimpse something deeper, the continuity of human curiosity. Across centuries, that same desire to explore, to connect, to understand the world, drives us still. The sailors who once manned this vessel looked upon the horizon and wondered what lay beyond it. Today, scientists look upon their ship and wonder what other stories remain hidden below. The work continues, slowly and carefully. No artifacts have yet been raised from the site. The priority remains documentation and preservation. Interference could damage what time and nature have so delicately kept intact. Instead, researchers monitor the wreck using non-invasive sensors, tracking changes in temperature, sediment, and salinity to ensure it remains stable.
For now, the ship will stay where it has rested for over 2,000 years, cradled by the silt, embraced by the sea. It is both fragile and eternal, a testament to the resilience of human creation and the strange mercy of the Black Sea's dark waters. In the grand narrative of archaeology, some discoveries rewrite history, others simply illuminate it. This one does both. It bridges the distant past and the present, showing us that even in the depths, life and story endures. It reminds us that the ocean floor is not just a graveyard of lost vessels, but a living archive of our shared heritage.
When we look upon the images of that 100-foot-deep shipwreck, we are not merely seeing wood and rope. We are witnessing time itself, preserved in perfect stillness. The silence of the sea becomes the voice of history, calm, enduring, and profoundly human. And so, as researchers continue to explore, the Black Sea keeps its watch, layer upon layer of memory, waiting patiently for the next beam of light to uncover what lies beneath.